Since the dawn of their creation, video games have been played competitively between friends and rivals, eventually leading to huge competitions with large prize pools, better known as eSports. Esports are streamed on gaming sites such as Twitch and have been constantly growing in recent years. However, this growth will not last forever, making it a necessity that esports reach a larger audience through a new medium in order to reap the benefits of global exposure. The natural progression for esports is to start showing on TV. Reaching the TV audience will naturally lead to a massive growth interest in the games and their respective game communities. This increase in playership increases ideas and theories about the games, and thus the metagames of esports will evolve quicker and stronger. Investment spending will also see increases, as is evident with former NBA star Shaq and others investing in esports teams. With the endorsement of well-known companies, more teams will be able to form and competition will increase. This leads to an increase in the number of tournaments, programs, and events. As esports create more programs and tournaments, people will need to work, and thus job growth occurs. All of the above leads to a massive monetary profit for the companies who ultimately get involved in esports as sponsors or owners. However, moving from sites like Twitch to TV is not as simple as it seems. Esports culture is far more chaotic and less restrained than TV, which is very organized and politically correct. This begs the question, should esports move, at least in part, to TV, and if so, how should they do it? It is self-evident that esports needs to reach larger TV audiences for profits, and therefore must change cultural aspects as well as in-game aspects in order to conform to television culture. If the transition to television is to become a reality, esports public figures, including all players, casters, and media figures, will have to act more professional, emulating sports figures and announcers in order to appeal to the largest possible audience and keep sponsorships. This move has already begun, as seen with games such as League of Legends and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, also known as CSGO, in which casters control their language by hardly cursing or using any vulgar terms such as rape, which are former staples of the esports culture. They dress in suits and give play-by-play commentary rather than irrelevant anecdotes that may be funny to original community members. Players try to act professional in interviews and wear uniforms pertaining to their teams and sponsors. Players still need to work on being professional outside of the game like many professional athletes try to do. Some esports players, like PPMD, have changed their in-game names in order to sound less immature, not turn away any viewers, and keep sponsorships. Very few companies want to have their brand associated with someone named Dr. PP. Some game aspects need to change as well in order to be considered appropriate for TV audiences. For example, CSGO, which has recently been taking appearances on TBS, has changed their gun sounds to sound less harsh and be more acceptable for larger audiences. While this change may seem silly, since plenty of violent movies are shown on TV, it does have some merit, since with the change, the game will seem more friendly and appropriate to the parents of younger audience members, thus allowing for the viewing audience to be large and appealing as possible.
But wait a minute, won't these changes cause esports to lose a part of what makes it unique and entertaining? And couldn't these changes lead to the loss and alienation of the original audience?
Of course, change to the culture of anything will come with controversy. Esports is a beautiful thing because it takes what many consider as pastimes that take them to another world as an escape from reality and turns them into exciting pseudo-sporting events that allows the magic circle of video games to become almost indistinguishable from reality. Adding viewing platforms does not necessarily change the feelings that esports gives to the viewers. People can still watch on Twitch and participate in chat or go online to forums and discuss their game. People can still talk trash or celebrate their winning team like people do in the professional sporting world. Some adding professionalism will not destroy the old video game culture. The inside jokes and smack talk that people love from the old esports days are not going to go anywhere. They will just be inputted where most appropriate. Sure, funny, vulgar language will be gone, but that just gives the commentators and players more opportunities to express themselves with some intelligence and cleverness instead of using overused bad words. Great sportcasters are considered great because they speak poetically, creating wonderful metaphors or catchphrases, not because they know how to scream about how someone got raped or fucked up. In fact, outsiders will probably be more accepting of gamers if they see that they are mature people whose sports are just in the form of video games. If esports wants to grow, it must move on to television. To do so, it must change itself to adapt to the social norms of TV. Few companies want to be associated with communities which are thought of as vulgar, immature, and antisocial. Some esports like League of Legends and CSGO have become incredibly professional and are now reaping the benefits of having a huge audience. League and CSGO have played their respective championships in great stadiums like the Staples Center and the Oracle Arena. People like former Lakers star Rick Fox, the co-owners of the Sacramento Kings, and large corporations like Geico and HTC have invested in esports because they see the potential it has to be even greater than esports in the entertainment industry. Now all esports has to do in general is clean up and act professional. Of course, there will be some dissenters to esports changing for TV, but the benefits gained from making esports more professional and attractive to larger audiences far surpasses the desires of the few people who still want announcers on bad microphones and yelling profanities because it is somewhat entertaining.